So I'm going to talk about the lead manager now within WorkflowMax. So in the new user interface, this is found under business and then leads. If you don't have access to this option, then be aware it is an additional charge. So it's an extra $15 a month for the company. So it's not per user or anything like that. Just go down to subscription, and where you've got your plan options here, so depending on how many users or whatever, you can just tick lead management, upgrade, and then you'll have it instantly. So the idea of the lead manager is it allows you to basically put in any work that you have which is effectively pre-quoting or pre-proposal. So it's particularly useful. It's a very simplistic CRM essentially. So there isn't some of the automation that the likes of Salesforce and those kind of things have, but they are hundreds of dollars a month. It's basically recording of information. Within WorkflowMax, you can then quote against a lead, and then when you win that quote, the lead gets won, the prospect gets turned into a client, and the quote gets turned into a job. So basically everything takes care of itself at that point. So if I go here, go business and then leads, this is our demo system, so you'll see I have a whole range of leads here, and I can see how many were won month by month, how many were entered, current leads by staff, so on and so forth. So if I go to all, I can see a list of all my leads, including, if I scroll down to some here, I've got some details of, for example, one here, so who it's for, the client name, the name of the lead, the amount, and so on. So if I click into this particular lead, I can see it's for Jordan brand, contacts Michael Jordan, it's a fashion shoot, but we don't know anything else about it. So I've got contact details down the side here. I've also got a drop down that you can have categories in. So it might be that I have categories which are like cold, hot, warm, or initial contact, contacted, things like that. I can edit this lead. So as I know more details, so for example, I know it's a fashion shoot now, and it's let's say we know some more detail. So I'll just put some general information in here. You can have the estimated value of the lead. So now let's say we know it's not 10,000, it's going to be 12,000. That will track into a whole load of reporting as well. The person who owns the lead, so that's the person who gets alerts and things when things fall behind. Then you can have activities within the lead. So let's say here, the next activity is a follow-up phone call. So I've done that now. I'll close that off, and I'll say the next activity is going to be on Monday, I need to have a coffee meeting or something similar. Now this doesn't hit into like your Google Calendar or anything like that, but it's just useful because it will sit there. Also now, so I've said I need to have a coffee meeting on Monday. If I just go back to my dashboard, then you'll see here under Monday, we've got coffee meeting, fashion shoot, and I can click back onto that to go straight into the lead. The other area of this is the notes. So let's say, for example, it's now Monday, so I'll tick that I've had that coffee meeting, and I'll add that I need to send a quote through. One important thing to note, and one thing we recommend to all clients, is there should always be a next activity against the lead. So if you don't have an activity against it, it essentially means you don't know when you're going to follow it up, or you don't know what the next thing to do is. And for lead management, that can be really, really dangerous. So we know we're going to send the quote to Michael. I've had the coffee meeting, and I might just put a few notes down here. So we'll just put some information about what we know. Okay, so we know this much information about the job and about the details, so we add the notes, and then you'll see they come down here so anybody can see them at any time. You can see when people have completed things, so I completed the coffee meeting, I completed the follow-up phone call. I can also from here go new quote or new estimate, and that will put a quote or an estimate against this lead as well, but we'll do that in a separate quoting video. Finally, if I go into reports, then you'll see that either under all reports or the report builder, I can build reports. So here, for example, I've got a lead report that shows me everything that's current, who owns it, who's the client, the name, the date that it was entered, and whether we've quoted it, for example. So there's quite a lot of power with leads. There's not very much automation, but if you have, for example, account managers, BDMs, things like that, then it can be particularly useful.